What are you supposed to do when you get sick? What are you supposed to do when you get a sinus infection, a cold, or flu? Which medications are safe and which should you avoid? Welcome to drashori.com. I'm a family medicine physician turned health coach. And on this channel, we talk about healthy aging, how to get you from your 30s and 40s well into your old age free of chronic diseases. You get sick. You catch a cold, what do you do? Most Americans likely are going to go to the pharmacy. They're going to look through the pharmacy aisles and they're going to pick something that seems like it's going to treat their symptom. They're trying to minimize the duration of their symptoms. And some people actually believe that they're going to get better faster, that the infection is going to clear faster if they use these medications. When we look at the data, when we look at the research, it actually shows that these medicines really don't work. I'm talking about everything. Mucinex, phenylephrine, ibuprofen, Tylenol, they actually don't do anything. And how do we know this? We take two groups of people who actually are, and we give them in controlled environments. People who got ibuprofen, Motrin, I got so much better. The people who got the placebo, I got so much better. Or some people just reported no change. Overall, these medicines might decrease your symptoms a little bit, but not significantly. When something is not effective, what makes us as consumers of healthcare, go back to these things? Direct-to-consumer advertising in the US and New Zealand has created this culture of people who, when there is an issue, when there is a health change, they will resort to taking a medication, whether it's over-the-counter or prescription, in order to resolve their symptoms. Now, this carries well forward into the future, and that is really what this video is about, is helping you make good health decisions for yourself so that in the future, when something more serious happens, you don't make the wrong decision. Of course, aging well has a lot to do with what you do today so that you stay healthy in the future. And some of these medications, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Mucinex, Robitussin, phenylephrine, Sudafed PE, all of these different medications, they essentially are acting in your body in various ways, and they're making big changes in your body. Most of the time, these changes are not serious, but there's not an ER doctor, urgent care doctor, or family medicine doctor without a story of somebody who had a major bad outcome from something as simple as Mucinex, Tylenol, or ibuprofen. We've had patients who have died, patients who have been on dialysis, patients who got admitted for sepsis from not being able to empty their bladder, we call urosepsis. And so we have these terrible stories. They probably happen because there's so many people who take these medications. So instead of turning to these medications, I want you to try something. Next time you get sick, next time you catch a cold, what are the classic symptoms? Runny nose, congestion, ear pain, sore throat, that burning throat sensation that you get, acid reflux, muscle aches, severe muscle aches, body aches, fatigue, headaches, eyes are all itchy and gooey and scratchy. I want you to try to just kind of note the symptoms. Write down the symptoms, what is it you're feeling, and start thinking about this being your child or somebody you love. What would you do for them? Well, you would probably first tell them don't go to work, right? Call out sick or cancel a few of your responsibilities. The next thing you would say is, let me make you some soup, right? Soup is amazing in many ways. It's just easy to digest. Hydration is probably the biggest thing about soup, just because when you drink regular water, it just doesn't have all the right minerals and everything. So whether you like chicken soup or veggie soup, vegan or carnivore, bone broth, whatever you like, and then rest, right? Go to bed, read a book, go sit in the front porch, turn up the temperature, turn down the temperature, cover yourself with blankets, listen to a good podcast, watch a couple of YouTube videos like this one, and just take it easy. Go for a little bit of a walk when you can, but then try to get rest immediately. Just try those things and tell me whether you got better or not. Because I have a feeling, or at least in my 20 years of practicing regular family medicine, those patients who have done these things have recovered so much faster, felt so much better, and they never had these consequences and side effects from these medications, which really can be quite harmful. Especially as we get older, our ability to tolerate these medications goes down quite a bit, to the point that some of these medicines, like Benadryl and allergy medicines, are even not, you're not supposed to give them at all to somebody over the age of 65 because they have such a major and serious confusion risk, fall risk, all these other bad side effects. I want you to give these a try. Go into a hot shower, turn on this hot shower water, and just breathe in the steam, right? Do a sinus wash. Get some neti pot, some Epsom salt, and just rinse out the sinuses and see how good it feels to get that pressure out of your sinuses and all that acidic stuff that goes down the back of your throat. Getting rid of that, giving your throat a little bit of rest can be so soothing, so great. And of course, if you want, you can do some herbal tea, some turmeric, some ginger tea. For the most part, these things are also a little bit placebo, but they certainly aren't dangerous, and at least they have a few thousand years of use behind them. So we know that they're probably not bad at all, and if anything, maybe for some people, ginger can decrease your inflammation. The advantage of this approach is that you are suddenly more empowered. You can now feel like you're in charge, and you're the one who gets to decide how you're going to cope with this illness, this sickness. And you feel more involved, and that your decisions will have an outcome that's positive. In the future, when you have other health events, and we're all going to have health events, unfortunately, you'll know how to speak up on your behalf and try things on your behalf and talk to the doctor or your caregiver in a way where you're the empowered person and the outcome is in your control. So I hope this is of value to you guys. Comment below, tell me what you try. What are your go-to home remedies every time you catch a cold? Take care.